Nice.
let's talk about the modeling gig.
Yes,
Okay.
I loved it. You looked stunning, but I don't know
Thank
any of
you.
the backstory. I don't know, like, is this a friend that was a designer, or how did you get roped into this? Like, what's the deal?
Through everything that happens nowadays is through Instagram, just get
Okay.
connected through like social media. And she's pretty into the body positivity movement. And she, like many others, kind of in the space, or like it's time to see a different, breed of women, like especially in high fashion on the runway. It's been great, the whole body positivity movement. We have, stereotypical like model look. It's still there. It's still very prevalent, especially when you get up into like the higher fashion world. But we have the plus size. But we've really missed the mark on allowing really healthy and fit women into a space that is so widely seen by women and just society in general. You have all these like high fashion, pages and shows and brands, and it's like one or the other nowadays. You have model-esque or like stereotypical model-esque and plus size. Like you really just do not have strong women. And so we're still missing the mark of giving young women role models. Like unless they're in like a fitness society already or their parents do CrossFit, like, a high school girl is not going to just come across a CrossFitter's page. It's pretty difficult. There are millions of, women out there who would never stumble across my page. But if I put myself into bigger and broader areas, then possibly, someone finds me that needed a role model that is like healthy. So we just kind of connected on that and said, yes, it's time for a change. And yeah, kind of just took it from there.
That's a really good point. And I think what's really important about that is that you don't, unless you really think about it, you don't realize the trickle down effect that like high fashion and fashion in general has on the rest of everything that we do. And it's like, the runway might seem really outlandish or things that people don't wear on a daily basis, but that's where every other designer and every other like modern day fashion trend gets its inspiration. So things that you really see coming down the runway are things that inspire the day to day that we see from brands and from different organizations, and even like the trends that trickle down on social media. Like it's truly a high point. And so stepping out onto there, I feel like is just, man, it's going to set the stage for so many things coming down the pipeline.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping that this kind of just starts like a little wave. Hopefully, I'm going to also be in New York in September for the New York Fashion Week. So
Yeah,
same brand. So I'll be out there with her. And I'm just hoping, that you get in front of the right people and we can start like making waves and really changing things, which is what I really have set out on this whole Girls Elite mission thing. So I just want to continue that. And I said, my goal was to be bigger than CrossFit. And so this year I really took the opportunity to get outside of CrossFit. And it's just, yeah, it seems to be working out.
yeah. How is that initiative going? Like, what other vibes have you put out into the world?
It's kind of like we're, really focusing on things that just have nothing to do with CrossFit. So the fashion shows, we've reached out to media sources and magazines that, probably don't even know what uh what CrossFit is. And we're just trying to find spaces where there's no crossover. So it's a whole new audience. And like that's what we're focusing on right now is just to get a bigger reach. So when more stuff comes down and we start trickling down the pipeline of my ideas and things that I want to do, it's not just like this CrossFit base. So that's been the big thing this year. It's just getting in front of more women, just like more eyes on me so I can, inspire more than just like a CrossFit community. Cause I'll admit like my CrossFit fan base is large and I love them. And I'm not trying to like dive away from CrossFit. I'm just trying to like expand.
For sure. We're a niche. Like, even
Yeah.
us who live it and breathe it and eat this shit for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, like, we have to admit that we are a very small niche, not only in the
Yeah.
fitness world, but just like in the world in general. So, if you want to really make an impact, like finding other places for people to get and understand and internalize this message, like, that is the basis for growth. 100%.
Yeah. So that's where we're at.
Bigger than CrossFit.
Let's do
Yeah.
it.
I love that. I love it. You're not done with CrossFit though. You're still competing.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I still want to compete. I'm really excited for I like some of the changes that are going on outside of like the, CrossFit circuit, like not the CrossFit season circuit. So like the Wadapalooza now has
Yeah.
two,
Right.
competitions. I love that they've expanded that. And I just feel like there's changes coming. And like that's nice. It's kind of I'm hoping for some change because what's happening in like the actual CrossFit space right now, I haven't been like a huge fan of. So I like what is coming down the pipeline of like some of these other organizations. So yeah, I'm not done with CrossFit by any means, but excited for the things that are not so tied with the actual like CrossFit,
So,
CrossFit brand.
so do you see yourself doing more of these individual comps like Waza and Rogue and I don't know whatever else maybe you're referring to, or
Yeah,
are you open to
I've
all?
always enjoyed like the out of season competitions, the Wadapalooza, the Rogue, Dubai. So I definitely want to do those where scheduling allows. Uh, Rogue, unfortunately, is one of those where you have to be invited from the games. I might play around the qualifier. I haven't decided yet. So stay tuned to that. But other than that, like, yeah, I will continue to compete. And it's not like I'm not signing up for the open next year. I'll
Right.
I'll do it.
I'll do
Because
it.
at the end of the
Fine.
day, we are quite a cult. So
Right.
I have, sliced my hand into the
Mhm.
chalice. I'm part of it.
Will you try any other sports? Or like strongman as an example?
No. No.
Just a shiny, that's it. That's all there is to it.
Um, I got into CrossFit because I actually really enjoyed CrossFit. I enjoyed what CrossFit was about and the events that we did and the message that it sent. I think it's kind of changed a little bit, but I still, at its roots, enjoy CrossFit. I understand that I'm a very strong athlete, but the powerlifting space and the strong lifting space, it isn't for me. Like I did Olympic weightlifting meets. Like I did like two. I did two and I didn't like sitting around. I don't like the I just it in the training for me, it's a little boring for me. I know that some people, eat it up, but I don't like to just, I just don't like to be sitting like that much. And so I just wouldn't enjoy it. I probably would be very good at it, but I just would not enjoy it. Um, and I'm kind of at a spot where I'm going to have fun. Like I want to still do the CrossFit, but I want to, take the time not to go learn another, like, or like powerlifting. I just want to go and explore the world and hike and do, what CrossFit set out to do just to be able to go play outside and try new things. So that's kind of what I'm focusing on in terms of athletics.
How about professional pickleball? You seem to be in that lately.
Okay.
Ooh.
I mean, yes, I definitely, but I don't want to turn it into like, so many people have asked if I'm going to do competitions or if I'm going to, compete or anything, but I don't want to have something that I see as just pure fun turn into something that I'm training for. I just want to keep it fun. So I'm not going to, I mean, I might do like a fun little tournament or something like a doubles tournament with friends but I'm not going to go out there and start like training for pickleball. I'm just going to have fun.
Didn't pickleball start as, like, a geriatric sport?
Yeah.
Wasn't that, like, a thing? Didn't it start, like, for, like, old people who, like, couldn't really be very mobile?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I just didn't really understand how old pickleball was. Like
Mm.
I kind of like jumped on the trend when like everybody else jumped on the trend. I was like, wow, look at this new sport. And everyone's like, it's been around for like 15 years. I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Um, but I think it's like great. If you just need to get outside and move, it's a
Yeah.
thing to do. So I can see why for like an older community it would be great. But I also see it as like when you go and play pickleball with doubles, like there's a lot of standing around. So I try to play singles. Um, unless you play like the time that I was over in Virginia, I was playing with Alec and Riley. It's hard. Doubles with athletes is
Yeah.
hard.
That's you guys are making each other run, I
Yeah.
bet.
Yes, yes. So
Hey.
that is difficult, but yeah, I love pickleball. A good time.